Hello friends, I welcome you to EPG Pathshala. My name is Dr. Amit Katoch and I am working as Assistant Professor in University Institute of Hotel and Tourism Management of Punjab University. Dear students, I would be taking the module titled Cargo Handling Operations in India, including live animals and bulky items procedures. Under the paper, air cargo operations and management. After completing this module, the students will be able to know about air cargo complexes, that is ACC, airside infrastructure for cargo operations in India, guidelines to the air cargo services in India, and benefits of efficient air cargo services in India. Now I will discuss firstly the introduction. As per global practice, all items imported into the nation or sent out of the nation via air or different modes are directed by the condition of the Customs Act 1962 and the different laws identified with entry or exit from the nation. Customs regulations guarantees that the import and fare of merchandise are in consistence with the different custom laws. Hence, custom procedure are expected to give correct, regular and exact procedures by which the merchandise can enter the nation and get cleared on appropriate import obligations, satisfying the necessities of the rule that everyone must follow to control and to actualize effective control over import and export exercises. Merchandise are took into account under the section 7 of the Customs Act. The merchandise freedom includes classification, assessment, evaluation and installment of traditions obligation on imported goods on the premise of bill of entry exhibited by the shipper or his approved specialist. The CBEC, that is Centralized Board of Excise and Customs, have set the systems which are actualized by field formations. These are updated time to time as per the needs and demand of the trade. Now I will discuss about the air cargo complexes, that is ACC. ACC is a place where transfer of cargo is isolated, exported and imported by flight. With the developing volume of universal exchange, the requirement for quick leeway of products inside the base conceivable time has been picking up significance. For best utilization of existing foundation, space, hardware and products that are arrived at ACC should be cleared straightforwardly away with no loss of time. Henceforth, there is a requirement for productive, flexible methodology from all concerned offices. Air load coordinations play a basic role in the monetary development of a country. Aircrafts of various airlines, air cargo terminal administrators, ground handling specialists, cargo specialist organizations, forwarders, local freight transport specialist organizations and custom house operators are the key players in the whole air cargo inventory network. Now I will discuss about the airside infrastructure for cargo operations. Airside foundation for load operations is similarly imperative for consistent and smooth operations to accomplish better efficacy. Flying machines can be assumed as an indispensable part in expanding the freight throughout the nation. There is no predictable approach for designation of committed offices at any of the air terminals for devoted cargo. One of the essential pointer in this setting is the quality of devoted vessel for air cargo operations. In this automation age, carriage of live animals via air is viewed as the most empathetic and convenient strategy for transportation over long distances. AAI, that is Airport Authority of India, is additionally creating consignment tracking system which takes care of cargo techniques and equipments being utilized at all its air cargo terminals. This can be extensively grouped into different classifications such as transportation hardware, measuring equipments, and material taking care of such equipments. Now I will discuss about cargo operations in India. India is one of the fastest growing economies of the world, and it has jumped 19 places and has been ranked 35 in 2016 as against 54 in 2014 in the latest Logistics Performance Index by the World Bank. According to the 2017 Agility Emerging Markets Logistics Index, India climbed to the second position in the 2017 index, switching spots with UAE. China, the world's second largest economy, again topped the rankings. India's growing economy and willingness to adopt new reforms has invited major investments to India and have led to the entry of new airlines and launch of new destinations by existing airlines. The air cargo sector in India will undergo significant growth in the coming years. The international and domestic freight traffic have shown growth of 10.8% and 7% respectively, resulting into overall increase of 9.3% in the total freight traffic during the period April-January 2016-17 as compared to April-January 2015-16. To ensure global competitiveness and sustainable growth of Indian air cargo industry, the Government of India has created Air Cargo Community System under the National Civil Aviation Policy 2016. Another initiative to uplift the Indian cargo industry and making it the foremost integrated logistics network operator with primary focus on air cargo handling, Airport Authority of India has launched the subsidiary company AAI Cargo Logistics and Allied Services Company Limited. With a bigger and better version, the 7th edition of Air Cargo India aims to be a perfect platform for global air cargo industry stakeholders to explore India as the best emerging market in the world. Organized by the Trade Times, Air Cargo India will take place at Grand Hyatt, Mumbai from 20 to 22nd February 2018. In its 6th edition in 2016, Air Cargo India gathered a record number of 70 international exhibitors, 434 delegates and 3,450 trade visitors. Air Shipper Forums, one of the unique initiatives launched during Air Cargo India in 2014, have become bigger and more popular over the years both in Air Cargo India and Air Cargo Africa events. They are integral to both these events. These forums bring shippers to the heart of the conversation and provide them the right platform to interact with the rest of the stakeholders in the air cargo value chain, including industry and government regulators. Advancement of both residential and worldwide air freight and expedited service administrations is a key goal of the administration, given its significance from a Make in India, web-based business and fares point of view. National Civil Avionics Strategy picture to that payload volumes should increment to 10 million tons by 2027. Its main goal is to give sheltered, secure, reasonable and economical rise go for travelers and air transportation of freight with access to different parts of India and the world. DGFT or Directorate General of Remote Exchange is an administration association in India in charge of the detailing of EXIM rules and standards for Indian shippers and Indian exporters of the nation. Before 1991, DGFT was known as the main controller of imports and fares, CCCI&E. Now I will discuss about the bulky items cargo handling procedures in India. Bulk cargo is shipped using special equipment which can prove extremely expensive. Indian customs procedures are complex and involve various documents, incentives, or concessions in customs duty. India's foreign trade, that is exports and imports, are regulated by Foreign Trade Policy (FTD) notified by central government in exercise of powers conferred by Section 5 of Foreign Trade Development and Regulation Act 1992. Presently, FTD 2015-20 is effective from 1st April 2015. As per FTD and R Act, export is defined as an act of taking out of India any good by land, sea or air and with proper transaction of money. The bulky items can be carried through special containers, open containers and cylindrical containers either by road, rail, air and sea. However, there is restriction on carrying certain items by air. Those are sensitive in nature. Broadly, we can classify the bulky items as heavy machinery, ore items and chemicals. As per Indian government norms, cargo loading on plane require all freight and cargo to be measured and weighed and it should be loaded legally. The loading instructions must match the prerequisites for cargo load restrictions expressed inside the airship load and trim sheet. This is due to the fact that weight appropriation between holds has an impressive impact upon the C of G, center of gravity, which is the hypothetical point in the body of aircraft where the whole weight of that body is thought to be concentrated of the airship. There are different processes and procedures involved in cargo loading for different items as described in next topics. Bulk loading. The bulk cargo is lifted with special equipments. Those are quite expensive. With the endorsement for the normal weight per unit is calculated by heap and trim sheet as indicated by NAA, that is National Avionics Expert Administrators, in order to be more preventive to meet the airship administrators own particular checked stuff rules. Normal checked stuff standard weight presumptions for the most air carrier depend upon whether the flight is domestic or international. Various incidents have happened where standard weights of cargo hold have caused accidents due to unequal mass of the air shipments and a focal point of gravity CNG over to the endorsed shipments. It should be kept in mind that any load that moves in flight due to improper storage can move the flying machine's focal point of gravity and can cause control challenges. In extraordinary cases, causing loss of control resulting into any accident. Typically, mass stacking of cargo utilizes a framework, thereby stacking teams are educated about safe loading procedures of air cargo. An arrangement of stickers and a balance sheet may likewise be utilized where each printed stuff tag has a barcoded sticker which is expelled and stuck onto the reassessment sheet as the pack is stacked. This guarantees all checked things for that flight has been stacked and represented. ULDs, that is unit load devices. Most broad and narrow bodied airplanes are able to use the much simpler system of aluminum containers, which are known as ULDs. Such containers can be utilized, combine baggage or cargo items before being loaded into the aircraft hold with the help of a hydraulic lift apparatus. The ULDs are then maneuvered by hand to a final position on board with the help of a roller flow before being finally secured in position. Special procedures. Underneath either framework, standard procedures can be adopted specific loads, for example, those covered by dangerous goods regulations, those covered with heavy items and oversized items, items with have unusual dimensions, oblique proportions, heavy or bulky items, those exceed the hold floor loading limit published in the AFM aircraft flight manual may be carried if prescribed arrangements for load spreading are available and applied by the concerned authority. Mass and balance gross error checks. As a global practice of cargo handling, a load order report forms are issued for each aircraft going away to instruct loading teams on the number of baggage or cargo to be loaded into each hold. An electronic load and trim sheet is prepared on behalf of the operating crew being produced by the handling agent or airline. The load instruction or report form will then be given to the loading supervisor to instruct the load team how the aircraft needs to be loaded and to record formally the actual loading and any deviations in loading of cargo. Once the aircraft is loaded, the load instruction or report form is generally provided to the crew for cross-checking against the load and trim sheet, though sometimes the crew are provided with a certificate stating that the baggage or cargo has been loaded in accordance with the load and trim sheet instructions. Within the load and trim sheet, there are various sections. Those can be cross verified for accuracy in cargo handling, for example, carrier type, flight subtle elements, that is steering, flight number and date, variation and enrollment, appropriation of hold loads, that is counting things, freight, counterbalance, extras, comet and mail, etc. Void oblique nil fit positions, packs per ULD, weight assignment to every compartment does not surpass limits. It is also advisable to record the version number if relevant. Now I will discuss about the import of pet animals as baggage. Since 1930s, animals have been transported by air. In today's modern world, carrying live animals by air is considered as the most caring and expedient method of transportation over long distances. Domestic pets like cats, dogs, birds, etc. can be imported or exported as baggage only by persons transferring their residence to India after 2 years of continuous stay abroad. As per Baggage Rules 1998, they are subject to production of the essential health certificate of pets from the country of origin along with physical examination report of said pets by the concerned officer. According to Civil Aviation Notification of 15th April 2013, import of animals and birds is governed by severe healthiness certificate regulations. Now I will discuss about IATA's live animal regulations. IATA's live animal regulations is the universal standard for transportation of live animals by commercial airlines. Whether a pet or an animal transported for any purpose such as zoological or agriculture purpose or for any other reason. The LAR, that is Live Animal Regulation, ensures that all animals are transported safely by air. The 42nd edition of the regulations came into effect on 1st January 2016, which has significant implications on air cargo transportation of pets. Key considerations prior to booking. If any person ships his/her pet as air freight, he/she need to verify with the airline to ensure the air consignment service is open for the pets so that pets can be claimed by the consignee. It has to be noted that it is preferable to send the pet on weekdays due to availability of staff, which makes liaison easier all along the route. Some airlines limit the number of animals or pets on a flight. However, convey of snub-nosed dogs such as boxers, pugs, bulldogs and Pekingese in hot season is not recommended because these animals have difficulty in maintaining a normal body temperature in hot weather while in flight. Before sending any shipment, one needs to check the country-specific regulations for shipping of pets. Generally, only small dogs and cats can go in the cabin, but some airlines may not even allow them in and will transport them as special baggage in a heated and ventilated hold. It is equally significant to buy a right size container for the pets to ensure that animal or pet has enough space to turn about normally while standing, sitting and sleeping in a natural position. The container information can be downloaded from the IATA or specific airline website CR1 LAR 2016. Now I will discuss about the guidance for dimensions of container. The information introduced gives a rule for finding out the accurate size for a box. The following things need to be regarded: A equal to length of animal or creator from tip of nose to base or foundation of tail. B equal to range from ground to elbow joint. A plus half B equal to length of holder. C equal to width crosswise over shoulders or most stretched out point, whichever is the more prominent. C into 2 equal to width of compartment. D is equal to creature in characteristic standing position from best of the head or the ear tip to the floor, whichever is higher, or tallness of the holder, top level or angled. Least interior holder measurement. A plus B equal to length C into 2 plus width D stature. However, the slate-nosed breeds require 10% bigger holder. The United States Division of Agribusinesses USDA Creature Welfare Act AWA states that no more than 2 live puppies or kittens 8 weeks to 6 months of age that are of comparable size and weighing 20 pounds or 9 kg or less each may be transported in the same primary enclosure via air carrier. This is a good practice to follow for all animal shipments, no matter what country they are traveling in. Remember, animals may become stressed and aggressive when traveling by air and should not be placed in the same container unless they are young puppies or kittens. ICAO Dangerous Goods Regulations. ICAO sets down the general standards which decide if things are satisfactory for carriage via air or not. One of the pertinent model emphasize that air cargo are conveyed just as per ICAO Doc 9284 titled Specialized Guidelines for Transport of Dangerous Goods via Air under Specialized Directions. These directions open up the essential arrangements and guidelines fundamental for the protected universal transport of hazardous products via air. Contracting states are required under Section 18 to review and implement these techniques. Those guarantee that unsafe goods are just conveyed in full consistence with the expressed necessities. The specialized guidelines contain a complete arrangement of necessities which depends on a grouping of perilous products and incorporates a rundown of every one of those characterized. These are essentially applicable to those products which are prohibited under any conditions, not allowed with both traveler and flights in ordinary conditions, however could be conveyed in excellent conditions subject to exception by the states concerned. Banned on traveler airship, however allowed on freight airship in typical conditions, and permitted on both traveler and payload airship in typical conditions. The specialized guidelines require that every single perilous good be packed fittingly and for the most part limit the amount per bundle as indicated by the level of risk and the kind of flight or air vessel on which the goods are being shipped. In the larger part of cases, there is no restriction on the quantity of bundles per airship. The guidelines additionally determine the pressing strategies to be utilized and the bundling allowed together with the details. Moreover, there are exact necessities for the checking and naming of hazardous products bundles and in regard of the documentation which must be readied at whatever point such bundles are regulated via air. There is a prerequisite that each bundle of perilous products ought to be reviewed remotely by the flight inspector or their contracted operator before carriage to guarantee if it is in a healthy state and seems to follow all the applicable necessities. The flight instructor or leader must be educated before flight takeoff regarding the hazardous merchandise and their various impacts. The Flying Machine Authority may practice caution in regard of the correspondence of risky products data since she should judge the dangers required in directing the consideration of an individual from the flight team from the essential undertaking of keeping control of the air shipments. Since airplane administrators are likewise mindful of what hazardous merchandise have been stacked on their airship in case of a flying machine mishap, the specialized guidelines require that they should as quickly as time permits educate the state in which the mischance happened of what was ready and where it was found. Administrators are additionally required to answer to the significant expert all mishaps and episodes including unsafe products. They must have strategies set out to research such events. The specialized directions contain preparing necessities which apply to everybody in transferring, dealing with, and conveying hazardous merchandise, load and traveler items. Now I would like to discuss about the guidelines to the air cargo services in India. International trade has grown enormously in the recent times. With this, the requirement for expeditious goods clearance within minimum possible duration has gained importance. The delivery of shipment must be just in time and this demands for faster customs procedures. All the shipments are aggregated as well as segregated at ACC, that is Air Cargo Complex. The export and import of goods and small to large scale shipments takes place right from the ACC. Shipments landed at air cargo complex needs to be evacuated with quick consideration without any loss of time. This is done in order to optimally utilize the existing infrastructure, equipments, technology and the goods. It is imperative that all the concerned agencies must follow a prescribed course of action for smooth functionality of the clearance procedure. Custom clearance of goods. The parties, those import goods, needs to file bill of entry at ACU, that is Air Cargo Unit of the Customs Administration in lieu of the cargo or the shipment being stored at the ACC. In case if any sort of examination needs to be done on the goods covered under bill of entry, then it would be examined and analyzed as per instructions mentioned in the form. The packages as well as the examination order will be delivered to the custodian for further examination as per procedure. The packages are examined in front of the importer or its representatives, and the examination procedure is carried out in the presence of the AAI, that is Airport Authority of India representatives, in case if such goods are not delivered with quick consideration or immediate action, that are sealed and delivered back by the importing agency to the custodian. All the arrangements for the examination of the packages as well as delivery to the custodian are made solely by the importer. Airline officials ensures that only such goods and cargo packages incorporated with let export permission or letter export permission are carried over to the storage area. The packages that are yet to be examined are kept separate than the packages that are already examined and cleared by the respective authorities. All the airports in India operate under a uniform policy and procedures regarding cargo operations. ACAI, that is Air Cargo Agents Association of India, strongly represents that a uniform practice and procedure must be followed by international airport terminals for cargo shipments or transshipments. Inter-Ministerial Group, that is IMG, allows 5 days free storage for the packages by the air cargo custodians. But this storage term needs to be revised as it results in slow movement of cargo packages. The 5 days storage period must be reduced to initial 24 hours as it will encourage speedy delivery of cargo packages. However, it requires 2 to 3 days for the packages to remove for delivery as the separation, binning, management and accounting operations takes minimum of 24 hours to accomplish. With this, it becomes mandatory that the packages are stored for over the period of 24 hours to accomplish the chain of cargo operations as per procedure and guidelines. Moreover, the cargo packages needs to be stored at the cargo complex only as there is no alternate place for storing the packages till the clearance is gained. Benefits of efficient air cargo services in India. Transparency is stimulated through document tracking. Custom documents are processed on first come first serve basis. Cargo delivery status is informed to the customers online through support team, touch screen kiosks and SMS. Cargo examination waiver and green channel provision is offered to selected category of importers. MIS, that is Management Information System reports and documentation are prepared automatically. Accountability of all cargo operations must be ensured by the time stamping. all the processes right from the packaging to the delivery of cargo packages are done under supervision of expert executives. Cargo clearance procedure and documentation is efficiently done by a knowledgeable and expert team of cargo handling executives. Now I would like to summarize the whole module. The air cargo in India can possibly turn into a worldwide center point, yet poor framework and absence of cost proficiency are the real difficulties towards development of air cargo. In the previous years, aviation industry has seen numerous changes. The administration's progressive push to create foundation, the facilitating of directions for outside interest in aeronautics, and the presentation of load center points and exceptional monetary zones EMZ figure to give energy to the development of air freight in the coming years. Air terminals were developed basically for the traveler carriage, and along these lines necessity of freight office improvement was not considered important in initial years of aviation development. This leaves the whole coordinations of cargo foundation in woefully insufficient and ineffectively oversaw zone of the aviation. In any case, air terminals, for example Bengaluru and Hyderabad, have modern freight offices. Also improvement has been made at the Delhi airport. Thank you and have a nice day.